All right, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome back. Back at it. Fresh start. Fresh start Monday. Get everybody in. Start off with a little review. Been on fire for the last couple of days, trying to keep it that way and keep it moving forward. Also, I'm trying to get y'all to learn it too. Try to get y'all to learn it. So I'm gonna keep being very repetitive about everything that I'm saying, like with the prime numbers. That's how I learned from Zach. Because it's like I literally got the basics down pack in my head with the gematria and the prime relationship. So that's what I'm trying to get you all to see. So we'll do that. Start off with a little review from yesterday. I think I went what 2-0. Yesterday 3-0. Another 3-0 day. First pick of the day I had the Clippers. They lost. I want to go back to Saturday too, because Clippers lost against Memphis. And tell y'all right away, last year that 25 in Memphis played. So next time a 25 come on the board and a Memphis is playing in that game and the 25 is anywhere near, you might want to observe that, because like I said, 25 in Memphis Grizzlies is 97, the 25th prime. But all last year, time and time, 25 in Memphis Grizzlies. So if you notice, Clippers stayed on the 25 wins, and that's the first thing that jumped out. So and they picked up the 14th win. LA is 14, and notice they scored 140 points. So that was there with the upset, all in my notes. That's why I didn't have a pick on that game. That's what Saturday, and then I came back and picked the Clippers Sunday. I figured that's how it went. I already had it in my notes. I slept on the Grizzlies because they was definitely a good play. 1 second, y'all. Okay, just had to make sure my screen was up and running. I was getting a blank screen, but okay. So I'm straight. So yeah, notice, like I keep saying, 25 in Memphis Grizzlies. I didn't have a pick on the Raptors next game. I thought Raptors could have gave. Well, I thought Nets could have gave their Raptors that 13th loss. 13 plays heavy. I noticed that they went 9-7 at home. That's the 25th prime. We were just talking about the number 25. Also, this day had 25 date numerology too. So that was back-to-back 25s where it played. Utah and Magic. I don't think I had a pick on this game. Utah, they improved to 10-9. Magic fell to 11-8. I ain't got my notes out, so I don't really know. I remember the picks though. I know I had the Thunder over the Cavs. They went 8-9 away. They was on a win streak also. It was something else I can't remember, but I know I leaned Thunder there. This is Saturday games as well, y'all. Pacers Hawks. Didn't have a pick here. You see the upset. Notice that upsets did bark on Saturday, but I didn't have the pick. So I seen things, but I just didn't. I don't bet the Hawks anyway. So notice, I didn't have a pick on this game, and it was an upset. So I kind of know when to stay away from games. So notice, if I don't have it as my picks, but the notes, it seems real good, or the narrative seems real good, but I still don't have it as a pick, that's probably why. Bulls Celtics didn't have a pick on here. Celtics got the job done. Now I thought Bulls could have stayed on them 22 losses. Boston's 22. That didn't happen, but they did come in with 22 losses. Wizards, Nuggets didn't have a pick on this game either. I seen something, but can't remember. Pistons, Warriors. I had Pistons right here. I had Pistons. I believe this was one of my picks. Pistons. So I think I had Pistons, OKC. Let's see, did I have a Heat? No, that was yesterday. It's kind of confusing because it was 2 days ago. So I believe I had the Pistons though. Either way, I went 3-0, not a loss in my picks, and they look good. They did the 5-13 away. Remember, I like those in the records. Anything with 1, 3, and 5, if it could be in the record, I like that. They did that. It was. I'm pretty sure it was something else in the away record. I don't have my notes out. Bucks Spurs. This was my final pick. I had the Bucks. The number 11 played. They gave the Spurs the 11th away loss. Bucks equals 11. Hornets Mavericks. Upset. Didn't have the Mavericks either. A lot of dogs barked that day, Saturday, and I didn't have not one pick like of a upset or the underdog. But hey, it's better than not losing, than getting the underdog. But trust me, I'm gonna get better and better at. I just don't want to give my record so good, so I don't want to. I don't want to mess my record up. That's the only reason. So I'm just trying to get safe bets so we could just make, money and just move to the next day. Right here, I would have leaned Kings. I'm pretty sure. But I didn't. I thought I did. I had went back to my picks that night, and I didn't pick Kings. So I thought I did because Kings did have the better narrative to me. But they got their 12th win in Sacramento. Sacramento equals 37-12 prime. So that was NBA for Saturday. Just gonna go back. That's all I wanted to really mention was that 25 with Memphis Grizzlies. But getting back to yesterday. It wasn't that many games on Sunday in hockey. I think it was only like 2 games. So don't even think I had a pick. I might have had a pick Sunday. Let's see. Saturday, I believe let's just go over it. Pulling the scores up for Saturday's games. Let's see here. Saturday. I know it wasn't that many games on Sunday. I put the notes out late, but I did. I still went flawless that day. Y'all synced in the notes. Oilers had the upset narrative. Notice they got the 22nd win, and they stayed at 22 losses. I was just talking about with Boston equals 22, why I thought Chicago Bulls probably could have had a chance against the Celtics on Saturday. But they came in with the 22, but then they picked up the 23rd. Notice this game though. Oilers picked up the 22nd win, and they stayed at.
Want to get paid fast?
They stayed at 22 losses. So that was an upset narrative. It was in my notes, but I put the notes out so late. I'm sorry, man. I was working on the hockey notes, got distracted, and didn't put it out. Had the notes, everything was there. I just didn't put it out. So didn't have anybody at the house at the time that could do it for me. So I had to go out. I had to just finish doing what I was doing. So apologize about that. Sharks, Blue Jackets. This was another upset. Pretty sure I had a narrative for it. Panthers, Sabres. They had an upset. I believe they had a narrative too. Can't remember. Jets, Wild. I didn't have a pick on this game. All these games was like early. Maple Leafs, Islanders, Canadians, Penguins. I think I linked Canadians. But like I said, this was, I believe, an upset because he could have took the puck in the half. I had the Senators. I had the Lightning. Lightning won. I think they got the 6th straight game right here. So I remember I had the Lightning, I had the Avalanche, and I had the Coyotes. Wow, all 3 of my games right next to each other, and they was all late games. I had the Coyotes. They got their 11th home win. Flyers equals 31 to 11th prime. Avalanche. This game right here, they beat the Devils, so it sets them up for the game that we'll talk about today. They can get that 26 win against the Islanders. So I had that Avalanche, and then I had the Lightning. They was on the streak. They stayed at 17 losses. Ottawa equals 17. Boom. My last 3 came through in hockey. Like I said, Sunday wasn't that many games yesterday, but I still went 1-1. Actually, it was. I'm thinking it was only 2 games on. Sunday games, I linked Capitals just because if they won they win one more, they play Philadelphia, so they have a chance to pick up the 31st win of the season. I just said Flyers equals 31. And also, if they win their next game, they'll go into Philadelphia with 65 points. Philadelphia equals 65. So that was in the notes. I didn't have that as a pick because it was minus 200, so I didn't want to get ate up by that. And Sharks was playing good. They just did 2 back-to-back upsets. I believe they got the Penguins, and they just won whoever they played yesterday. I just went over it. Panthers, Penguins. This was one of my picks. I don't know how this didn't come through. They could have picked up the 26 win. Panthers equals 1-on-1, 26 prime. I want to go back to my notes. It was something for the Panthers. Can't remember. I'm trying to look at their record. It's probably, let me see, 15-5. They played. I don't have my notes in front of me. I'm sorry about this game. But yeah, I got this one wrong. Only picked 2 games yesterday. But yeah, I thought the Penguins would get that 26 win. Panthers equals 1-on-1. It was a lot too because it was in a home record, they was 4-3. So they was something 4-3 and Panthers equals 43. So I thought they in a home record they would have stayed on those 4-3 losses and picked up the win. They didn't do that. Lightning Hurricane, this was tough. Hurricane had all the riddles. They could have picked up the 25th win. Tampa Bay equals 25. Notice I didn't have this as a pick though, because Lightning, I keep stressing, teams on winning streaks, it can trump any narrative. You can have a million narratives, but if a team even on a 2-game, even if it's a 2-game winning streak or a losing streak, those streaks, man, you got to be careful with. And this was the deal with this one. I had it in my notes. I believe they got their 7th straight win, and I told you I remember streaks of 8. So they've been great. So Lightning can get their 8th straight win next game, so we'll keep an eye on that. Flames, Wild. Didn't have a pick for this. I see Wild stayed on 20 wins. Flames equals 20. So that was in the notes. It was tricky though because Wild equals 21. Flames could have stayed on 21 wins. So that was a coin flip. This was my game, and if you bet it in real time, you came up. They got their 44 points against Detroit. Detroit equals 44. And it was something else. The 137. Chicago Blackhawks equals 137, which is the 33rd prime number. Notice the Red Wings are 30-3. They 10-30-3. So they picked up their 33rd loss against the Chicago Blackhawks. And like I said, notice you bet this real time, Red Wings went up 2-0 first inning. And Chicago didn't come back to the second inning. So you had more than enough time. They take like a 20-minute intermission break. I think it was plus because I got in on it. I got in on it at, I didn't wait long. It would up more. It went all the way to plus 300, but I got it like at plus 225. And I also took the plus 1.5 because I knew even if the Red Wings would have shocked me, they wasn't gonna win by 2. So I got the in on both bets. Notice, like I said, they was down 2-0. So sometimes you gotta wait. Notice this pick I did give out, they was minus 200. I know this kind of like a high money line, but sometimes real time betting could be the key. And they still got the job done. They covered the puck line. So however you want to do it there. Ducks Predators. Shout out to my Patreon. He's living in Poland. He doesn't call the show. But he does a lot of chatting on my Patreon page, so you might want to be active on my page. He does a lot of great observations. Folk Cornelius, shouts out to him. Folk Cornelius, he mentioned last night Ducks can keep them at 19 wins, and Anaheim, it was something. You look back on the page, y'all, but he had that in. They was down in real time betting. If you notice, they went down 2-1. And I told him I was going to watch for it, but I ended up falling asleep. And then I woke up today and they won in the shootout. So shouts out to him. He said they was down at the time when he told me that. Shouts out to him. Also, shouts out to Illegal Smile. I hope he's out there. Let me check the chat real quick. Yep, we got some people in the chat. What's going on, folk? I see ya. Shouts out to Illegal Smile. He's been winning with us. He hit me up yesterday and he's been winning a lot. I hope everybody else has been winning as well. with my picks. I know I started off rough on that Christmas Day, but other than that, it's been everything almost but flawless. Let's get back to where we was. So that's hockey for Sunday. Get back to the NBA. Today's games. Or did I go over yesterday's games? Because I did Saturday's games. Let's do a review of yesterday's. I did hockey. So we seen the Clippers picked up. They gave the Knicks their 14th away loss. The LA equals 14. And that's the easiest one. What I like to try to help people. If you don't understand what I'm saying, L is just put it in the gematria calculator. L and A, and you'll get 14. So they picked up the 14th loss in LA. Clippers got the 26th win on the 26th date numerology. Knicks picked up the 26th loss on 26th date numerology. Also, I had the Heat. I forgot, somebody hit me up on Patreon and they say, hey man, we just seen the Magic. They picked up the 16th win against the Miami Heat. So why the Portland couldn't do it? He said something. I don't know his exact words, but I told him, hey man, and it's on my Patreon page. I told him the date numerology trumps all that. You see, Heat won 6 games at home in a row, and they got the 26 wins. 26-6 has a great relationship. Notice, like I told y'all, when teams tend to get on 15, they tend to stay there for at least a game or two. Remember, 15 and 51, those are conspiracy numbers. So when you see 51 and 15, you want to be aware. So notice they stayed on 15 wins. They just had picked up the 15th win against Washington. So they stayed on 15. They probably stay there another game. But like I said, at least 1 or 2 games, if not longer, that they stay on that 15. So Heat got the job done. That was my second pick of the day. And third pick of the day was the Timberwolves. They beat the Cavaliers. Notice, I keep telling y'all, like the football scores and records. Notice that they became 14 and 21. That's a football score, touchdown score. Anything with touchdowns and in records, like a football, I like it. 14 and 21, since I've been doing it maybe a week strong, I have seen this maybe 7 times, 8 times, and I keep bringing it up because I'm trying to drill it in you. It's going to happen in baseball. It's going to happen in a lot. So anytime you can get to 28 and 14, it's going to happen when it's 35 and 21. It's early now, so they're giving us the 7, 20, 21 and the 14, 21. But just keep our eyes on football scores. Notice they got the job done. With something else, Cavaliers picked up the 26th loss, 26th date numerology, and they with the 6 and 13 at home. That's a prime relationship. 13-6 prime number. This game right here, notice, I keep telling y'all, the 91st head-to-head meeting, all-time regular season, it was the 91st meeting. Notice, Suns got the 13th loss. So this was an upset. This wasn't a pick. Should have been a pick. I didn't want to take a chance because I've been doing so good. And I gave y'all good lines yesterday. Today, the money lines I gave y'all are kind of high. But I want to just keep the ball rolling. So this was definitely an upset. If you read the notes, they stayed at 10. Away losses, Suns equals 10. They were 6.5 favorites. So I know people been winning and stuff. People been hitting me up and telling me. So you know, I had 3-4 people that called me last couple of days and just told me thanks. So I know people have been winning. So this was an upset. 6.5 plus 200 plus 225, 250 on the money line. Lakers Pistons. I knew Lakers would win. I didn't have a pick, no value. So it's not even nothing to talk about. It was minus 13. Well, it was minus 14.5 point spread. They didn't cover. Thunder 76ers. First game of the day. So we looking at I know off the top it's 47 date numerology, 15 prime. We got 11 date numerology. That's the 5th prime. We got a 7 date numerology. And I'm missing 1. It's all in the notes though. So those are numbers that we're looking for. Also in my notes, you might want to go back and check. I had the Sixers as my first pick of the night, but I went back and took it off and I replaced it with the same money line. I took the Nuggets over the Hawks. But like I said, my boy Cornelius, Folk Cornelius, man, he's been on fire, and he had a lot a lot of observations on that 76ers game. What I seen was they was on 14 losses, and we know NBA TV and 14 is gold. So that's what I seen. So once I seen that, I didn't stop decoding it, but I didn't do a thorough decode because I can't go against the 14 on NBA TV. So I mean, what's there for the Thunder is a lot. It's all on my page. Pull it up right quick for y'all. I know Thunder. First off, I didn't mention if they go they win, they go 9-9 away. Thunder equals 99. They get the 21st win and get the 6th straight win. Also, I didn't mention in my notes, Philly can lose 5 straight games. Today is the 11th date numerology, which is the 5th prime number. In my notes, it's already in there, but OKC Thunder, if you write that out, it equals 47, which is the 15th prime. So it's a lot there for the Thunder. It's just that 14, they on 14, so I'm thinking they'll stay right there because they playing on NBA TV, and it's been gold for me. So that's what I'm leaning there. Also with that, let's see here. I'm gonna bring it up because it's a lot of it's a lot. So let's see. It's the let me see something right quick. I got 112. He says the 100 Thunder. Okay. It was something else for the Thunder. I believe it's with the head coach. In the Hebrew, something. It's a little abstract. But Thunder, like I said, they got a hell of a narrative tonight. What I seen, like I said, they're 14, so it kind of stirred me off. Actually, he is right. I'm looking at something different. Okay, I had that. I got that. I can say that. What he's saying is it's the 137th meeting between both of these teams. Notice the head-to-head is that's why I screwed up. I'm looking at the Pacers and Hornets head-to-head. The head-to-head is OKC leads 71-65. Oklahoma City Thunder equals 65. So Philadelphia could stay on 65, but it's the 137th meeting, which is the 33rd prime number. And Brett Brown, coach of 76ers, equals 137. And it's 33 date numerology in Hebrew civil calendar. So this could be a special game for Brett Brown. Like I said, this is it's their 137th game between these two teams, and Brett Brown which is the 33rd prime, and Brett Brown, the 76ers coach, equals 137, which is the 33rd prime, and it's 33 date numerology in the Hebrew civil calendar. So that was a great observation. So when I seen that, I don't think Folk Cornelius been wrong. Anything he's jot down, I haven't really seen him been wrong. So like I said, Thunder got a narrative right there. I had 76ers as my pick, but if you go back in my notes, it's already up. I switched it. I took 76ers off and put the Denver Nuggets on. So hopefully nobody bet that quick. I only had it up for maybe 30 minutes. Let's see. So be careful on that game. Thunder have a lot of narrative. Notice this, y'all. So Oklahoma City Thunder equals 65. They can stay on 65 head-to-head all-time wins, and Thunder can pick up the 6th straight win, and 76ers, they can pick up the 5th straight loss. They can pick up the 5th straight loss. Okay, so yeah, I will be aware of that. and that's like 65. So OKC can win 6 straight, and they can make the 76ers lose 5 straight. That's a 65 right there on the board. Keep them at 65 head-to-head. Win. Yeah, I got to lean Thunder with the points. If I'm going to do anything right there, my lean would be Thunder with the points, 7.5. Not a pick. Pacers, Hornets. Let's see, head-to-head. I got Pacers lead 67-45. If Hornets lost, they will pick up the 15th conference loss. Indiana equals 47, the 15th prime, plus it's 47 date numerology, the 15th prime. Pacers win, they stay on 10 losses. In Charlotte, remember what I told y'all about Charlotte? If you write out Charlotte, it equals 39. Write out 10, it equals 39. So, and we've been seeing 10 play in Charlotte, so kind of like Pacers there. I'm gonna take y'all back to my page. Another great a hell of a observation that he seen with this one. For the Pacers and the Hornets, Folk Cornelius, great observation, man. He said the coach Nate McMillan playing in his 1,213th game, so that's the 198th prime number. Spectrum Center, where they playing at, the Spectrum Center equals 198. So that's a hell of a place to get the 198th win, you know, by him playing in his 1,213th game, which is the 198th prime number. Don't make sense for him to lose, you know, but he could. But that's a hell of a prime relationship, especially when Spectrum Center equals 198 and he's playing in his 1,213th game. That's just the perfect place, you know. That's just the perfect place. So that's a hell of an observation for him. I told y'all about that 15, and I'm gonna ride that because of that 10. What I want y'all to see too, notice something. Okay, I'm gonna take y'all back to the 15 and the 51. Hornets, they last win against who? Dallas. I didn't see that. I'm gonna just be honest. Nobody had that. Nobody had Charlotte beating Dallas. I didn't have Dallas beating Charlotte either. I'm smart enough not to pick Dallas in that game because I can slick see a potential upset. But like I've been saying, with that 51 and that 15, notice that the Hornets picked up their 15th win against the Dallas Mavericks. You know what I mean? So the conspiracy equals 51 and 51. So 15-51 reflection. I told y'all, when upsets happens on the board, you're going to see a lot of 51s and 15s, period. So notice that they got the 15th win. And notice what I told y'all. When teams get that 15th win or loss, they tend to stay on 15. I want to stress that a lot and loud because look at the previous game. We know Thunder is on a 5-game win streak. Notice where they start winning at. They kept 15 losses. Their record is 20 and 35 right now. Their record is 20 and 15 right now. I'm sorry, I added it up. Their record is 20 and 15. Notice that they stayed on 15 losses and they start winning. They went on a 5-game win streak. I'm telling y'all, when teams get to 15 and 51, they tend to stay on it for at least a game or two. So I'm gonna emphasize that. Hornets, I like Pacers tonight. No doubt about it. It's not a pick. I don't know why it's not a pick. Should be a pick. So people in the live stream, hopefully everybody's been catching this live stream. Normally the people that get it first, it'd be like 15, 20 people in my YouTube studio. So it's not really a lot of people in here, but people go back and watch this video. So it's not a pick, but I love the Pacers tonight. I'm sorry, I just love the Pacers tonight. I'm sorry it's not a pick, but it's just because I'm trying to keep my record, especially on paper, real good. So for those who getting the bonus and listening to me live and paying for the Patreon and getting the live stream, this could be a potential another pick to make it a 14 parlay tonight. I like Pacers over Hornets. Celtics and Wizards. I didn't really see anything with the Celtics. But they can get their 193rd head-to-head all-time win. Boston leads 192-114 in head-to-head. I kind of see the 44 in Washington, D.C. it plays. So that's why I put that. But Wizards got a lot lined up. They play Magic next. Magic equals 24. They can stay on 24 away. They can stay on 24 losses. Um, if they win, they become 7-10 at home. 71 Celtics equals 71. So 7-10 kind of look like 71. Celtics equals 71. This is a potential upset, no doubt about it. I would probably lean Wizards with the points. Not gonna play it because, like I said, once my record gets 80, 90% where I can throw a couple darts and take shots like this and really make my face card look good, I will. But until I get to like 90%, I'm gonna play it safe. But to me, Wizards got the better narrative. Celtics are the way better team, but it's just a lot lines up for the Wizards. Also, this is their 307th all-time game. 307 kind of looks like 37. Wizards equals 37. Remember, Utah just played Magic not too while ago, and Utah Magic, I had Utah as a pick. They was only like -3.5 on the road, and they was playing in their 103rd all-time regular season head-to-head. Utah Jazz equals 103. So I have been seeing where the gematria correlates with the head-to-head all-time games that normally come through. So that's another check for Washington. And then also I want to go back to my page because, like I said, my boy, he with observation crazy today. None but good observations. This was another one with the Celtics and the Wizards, and the coach Scott Brooks has 353 regular season losses all time. That's the 71st prime number. Remember, I was just talking about that Washington could have proven to 7-10 like 71. I'm gonna read it again. Wizards coach Scott Brooks has 353 regular season losses all time. That's the 71st prime number. Celtics equals 71. So he comes in with that. I should have caught that last game because I believe Wizards upset last game. That would have been a hell of an upset. Yep, because Wizards upset Denver last game. Yep. And that was like that was like 11.5 point spread. That was a great observation. I wish we would have caught that earlier, folk. Cornelius, he probably did, but if we would have caught this earlier, I would have been having my eyes on Denver. And I know I could have got it in live betting. That would have been a game I would have live betting in real time. Once I seen Wizards was up 10, it probably would have still been you pick them or whatever, and I would have bet then. But wow. So he came in he stayed at 353 losses because that next opponent after the Denver Nuggets, they knew it was going to be the Boston Celtics, and then they knew Celtics equals 71. So he stayed on 353 losses against Denver. So we know why the Denver and the Washington upset, if that killed some of y'all parlays over the weekend. I didn't have that as a pick. So if you just followed my picks, we wasn't on that. But if you got greedy and you picked Denver as a big favorite because you thought they would win, it backstabbed you, and it got you right here because he stayed on 353 regular season losses all time, and that's the 71st prime number. And Celtics equals 71. So, and saying that, he can stay on those 353 losses again. I'd be careful. Also, if they win, they'll do the 12-24 thing. Notice that this Jazz and Pelicans, they can do the 12-24 thing today. Multiples of 12, 24, 36, 48. Multiples of 12. It's 12 minutes in a quarter in basketball. So it's a key number in basketball. So they could pick up that 12th win. So I'd be careful. Like I said, I didn't really see anything for Boston. Only thing I seen that jumped out is they can get their 193rd all-time win, and that's the 44th prime. And I have seen the number 44 play in Washington, D.C. So that's something to think about. This the game that I replaced with the 76ers. I took the 76ers out. It's a potential upset there, and I put the Nuggets in instead of the 76ers. So might want to go back to that. I like the Nuggets to become 10-7 away. You drop the 0, 10-7 looks like 17. Hawks equals 17. Let's see what else I got. This is one of those games I got stars by my notes. First thing I got is 9 games on today. 3 games got the 41 involved. So this is the first game of the 41. If Denver wins, they can pick up that 41st win. and they playing in the 91st game. We just synced that yesterday. Memphis upset Suns. It was the 91st head-to-head regular season game, and they gave the Suns the 13th loss. Here it's 50 and 40. Hawks lead. Denver can pick up the 41st win, which is the 13th prime, in the 91st meeting. So it's a little different, but you still get that 13 and that 91 connection. And we all know that's the triangular number. So gotta lean Nuggets there. I don't even know why Nuggets wasn't in my picks, because I told you I don't bet Houston and I don't bet Hawks, but I will fade them if I have to. And I always look to fade the Hawks, especially a year that they having like this. I'm gonna get in on the Hawks every time I can. So yep, I'm fading the Hawks here. Only thing narrative for the Hawks, if they lost, Denver would be 10-5 versus the East, and Atlanta equals 15. They playing in Atlanta, so they become 10-5. 10-5 looks like 15. So be careful of that. But that'll be the Hawks upset narrative if that did cross me. I don't see that happening. So I got the Nuggets. Let me see. I believe that's my second pick of the day, because like I said, I'm gonna ride Pacers. It's not in my notes. I ain't gonna go back and re-edit it, but it's Pacers. I like the Pacers. Nuggets will be my second pick. Look like I skipped the game. I'm sorry about that. Nets and Magic. I see Brooklyn Nets equals 56, which is the 16th prime number. Magic can stay on these 16 wins. Notice they came in with 16 wins. Let's see. I don't know how I skipped that game. Sure. My fault, y'all, for skipping that. But I like the Nuggets. Head-to-head, Magic, they lead 63-50. If Nets win, they walk in with 17 wins. The next game, they play on NBA TV. NBA TV is 59 to 17th prime. Plus, the game is on January 7th, 1-7. So the Nets could walk in with 17 wins on January 7th, playing on NBA TV. Magic narrative, if they win, they will have 12 home wins. They play Wizards next. Wizards equals 37 to 12 prime. So either they get it this game or they get it next game against the Wizards. That's like a pretty much stay away, because it can go either way. I just went over the Nuggets and the Hawks. I lean Nuggets. Jazz Pelicans, I gotta ride. I gotta lean Utah. Not a pick. I don't like the line. That's why it's not a pick. 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Let me go grab my phone. I had no phone. Got the wrong phone on me. 1 second. All right. See what we got. Let's see. What was I? Okay. Jazz and Pelicans. Okay, the line. I don't like the line because they both in the same conference. Normally when a team play out of conference and it's on the road, like Jazz was -3.5 against the Bulls. Bulls got the same record as the Pelicans, but it's an out of conference game. And out of conference, even if it's a good team playing a sorry team out of conference, the line it tends to do that. I've been gambling, been doing this going on 7 years, so I'm familiar with this. The line, Utah could pull it out. I don't like the line, but I would lean Utah. The line is suspect, only -3. I understood why it was with the Bulls, because like I said, it was out of conference. It was East. It was in the East, and they tend to do that when it's because the East don't play the West that much. But by the Jazz playing the Pelicans, 2, 3, 4 times a year, I don't like that line. So, but what I notice that the Pelicans came in 12-24. Jazz can do the same thing. If they win, they'll be 24-12. The reflection. So I'm thinking that's giving me an indicator of what's going to happen in this game. I like Jazz to pick up their 24th win. Also, Jazz can get the 15th conference win. Pelicans equals 47. That's the 15th prime. Um, so that's that. I lean Jazz, but like I said, that line just scares me. I'll tell you right there, that line it's not right. It's not right at all. So could come through. This game could actually come through, and then a game like I'm gonna tell you, a game like the Wizards can come through, and I don't see the Thunder is not really a big upset, but the Wizards game come through tonight, that'll knock a lot of parlays off. So the bookie will do that, Vegas will do that, and then pay you a game like this. They'll let the Jazz come through, knowing that they got the Wizards in line beating the Celtics tonight. So 9 times out of 10, if you got the Jazz tonight, you're definitely gonna have the Wizards in that same ticket. So, and it's a lot. Another thing I want to emphasize: it's 9 games on. It's 6 games that's 7 or higher point spreads. So I will be real careful tonight. It's gonna be a lot of dogs that bark. You got 1, 2, yeah, I already did the math. You got 6 games out of 9 games. It's got like 7-point spread, 8-point spread, 10-point spread, 9-point spread, 7-point spread. So all the spreads are extremely high tonight. I'm guaranteeing you out of 9, 3 to 4 dogs are going to come through. Period. That's just how they operate. 3 to 4 dogs are going to come through tonight. So that's just you can put that one in your back pocket. If you know how to do round robin, or you just want to take all the dogs and start all parlays with all dogs, you're going to lose some, but 3 or 4 of them you're going to keep. And I don't know which one's going to bark. Like I said, Thunder got a good narrative. Wizards got a good narrative. So, but like I said, by being 9 games on today and 6 of them got 7-point, 8-point spread, I'll be careful. Like my experience is telling me off the dribble, off the jump, that it's going to be at least 3 to 4 dogs, if not more, barking tonight. So that's that with the Jazz. So like I said, the Jazz could get the job done, and it could just be a lot of upsets. And then boom, you notice the Jazz got a soft line, -3. This the line. It's so weird. This the line is supposed to be -8. All the games on -8. Let me check GT right quick, y'all, because sometimes ESPN put bad lines out. And I noticed when Zach used to do his decodes, my line be way different from ESPN, but this line ain't right. If I'm finna pull my GT, I'm finna pull up my bet account right now. If the line's 3, it's a weird line. Period. And this line should be 7 and 8. If anything, if any line should be high today, it should be this game. So let me check some. But while I'm checking here, I'm gonna go to the Bulls Spurs potential upset. Notice that these two just played, so they playing back-to-back games. Bucks just gave the Spurs their 11th away loss. Now Spurs can pick up their 11th home win. Bucks equals 11. So I'll be real careful. Like I was just telling y'all, you might want to be real cautious today. Another thing, it's a lot more for the Spurs. They could pick up the 15th win. They got 47 date numerology. Let me see what the head to head is. Let's see. Head to head, Spurs lead 49, Bucks 41. This is a game where they're 41. It's not the 91st meeting though, so they don't have to stay on the 41st. But this is a 41. When I mentioned that it was 3 41s on the board, this is the second game. So Bucks could stay on that 41. Remember last time, what number was that I thought we seen? I can't remember, but it was a number that I emphasized, and that number went flawless. I think it went 3 or 4 and 0. I can't remember, but it was in the head-to-head, and everybody, it was a strange number that I said, watch out for this number. It's all in the notes if you want to go back and check. Let's see. Bucks can win 6 straight games. So like I said, Spurs, they got this hell of a riddle tonight. But Bucks, even though Bucks in 11 play, they can offset it. This Bucks going on 6 games win streak, that can offset everything. So I'd be real careful. Bucks can get the 6th straight win. So that's basically 9. Oh, wait a minute. This is day 90. That's strange. That's real strange. Okay, I gotta look up two things right quick. First of all, getting back to this line, which I know is 3 anyway. What I want to look up is, and I know I'm right, but I gotta look it up again. I gotta look up Utah and Bucks head to head. Let me see something right quick, y'all. Because I think this is their 91st meeting too. I just want to make sure I got it right. And for y'all, the Utah line is I got -4. So ESPN got it right. It's about right, but the 4, it shouldn't even be 4. I got -4, so it is wrong. It's only a 1 point wrong. But the line is -4 on that Utah game. But like I said, that line should be 7 or 8 in my opinion. Let's see here. I see it. Oh, 1 second here, y'all. Let's see. Spurs. I'm thinking this is the 91st head-to-head meeting too. I just want to make sure I got it right. Yeah, this is that's why I didn't believe it, but that's how it worked, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm getting sharper. Like I see what I used to do, y'all, is just look for this stuff. I see things and then I bet it. Now, by me having to present this to y'all, I'm actually getting more observant. Like I'm observing a whole lot of stuff. Like this 91st meeting, teams is planning a 91st meeting. It's always a 13 on the board. And 13, that's the 91 is the 13th triangular number. So I'm noticing that, y'all. I really am. So I will be very aware of this game. This is a potential upset. But like I said, streaks are good. So Bucks are on a 5-game win streak. They can win 6, and they on a 5-game win streak. Saying that, if Spurs win, they could pick up their 11th home win. That's the 5th prime. Today has 11 date numerology, which is the 5th prime. So Bucks could end their streak on 5. You know, they can stay at these 41 head-to-head regular season wins. That's the 13th prime, playing in their 91st meeting. I mean, it's just there for the Bucks. Only thing I seen for the Bucks is they on that streak and that 15-3. Remember what I told y'all in records. I like football scores. I like the 7-11 gonna run out because you know it's gonna get higher in the season. So the 7-11 that's gonna run out. But in the beginning of the season, I like the 7-11. I always like the 3-5-1, and I always like football scores. So, but if you notice, Bucks can do they can pick up the 15th win. Both teams can pick up the 15th win. Spurs can pick up the 15th win of the season. Bucks can pick up the 15th away win. But Bucks, if they pick it up, they'll be 15-3. That 1-3-5. If they could become 3-15, I would like it. Anything if they could become 1 and well, you can't do it. 3-15, 15-3. I like that. Period. I like that. So anything with the 1, 3, and 5, I like that. If they was going 35-1, I would like that. If they was going 1-53, I would like that. If a team was going 1, I would like. All I'm trying to say is I like the 1-5-3. I'm trying to get y'all to get that in y'all head. So notice that the Bucks could become 15-3. So, but like I said, I'll be careful on this game. This is another guaranteed potential upset. Period. With that 91st, like we just seen Memphis do it, then I seen another team do it a couple days before that. That's why I say, and it's 2 on the board today, with teams playing in a 91st head-to-head meeting, and they can get their 13th. It's a 13 on the board. Like a team can either stay at 41, which is the 13th prime, or pick up the 41st win, which is the 13th prime. You know, so. And also, like I told y'all, if the Spurs beat the Bucks, people gonna be like, huh? The Bucks just beat the Spurs. How did the Spurs beat the Bucks? Notice that the Spurs will pick up that what? That 15th win. What I tell y'all about conspiracy in 15. Conspiracy equals 51. So I'm just trying to let y'all know. Notice when underdogs and a lot of big upsets happen, they picking up that 15th win. So Spurs could get that 15th win, and it will be an upset. And it's like a conspiracy upset too, in a way, because who would see this the best team in basketball, and Spurs ain't been playing good at all. So this is a upset, kind of like the Saints. Well, Saints was at home this week, so that's not a upset like that. If the Bucks would be at home, it would be an upset like that. But by the Spurs not even being in the playoffs, Spurs just got that reputation. They got that tradition, but that's gone now. So if you just look at their record, it's one of those conspiracy upsets. The best team in basketball, you feel me? So, and it's one of them games. If the Bucks do lose, they probably lose by 10 or 15. So, like I said, I'll be aware on that game. Let me check back in the chat right quick. I'm trying to stay hands on. Yes, sir. We got somebody learning. That's good. All right. We got people in the chat just checking in case they had any observations. Next game. So, like I said, I would lean Spurs with the points. I would lean Spurs, but I wouldn't play it because, like I said, Bucks, they on that win streak. So I wouldn't touch this game, in my opinion. That's why I ain't pick it. Notice that I had the Bucks last game, and I believe it was the same spread. Like, I swear I had the Bucks last game, and they was -8.5 at home. Now here, pull back up my GT because I got it right here. The Bucks are what? Let me see. The Bucks are -7, -305. That's crazy. Yeah, they was -8.5, and they just played back to back, y'all. So Bucks at home was 8.5. Now they on the road and it's -7. That don't mean that don't seem right. That line's not right, considering they just played last game, which was what, 2 days ago, and Milwaukee was 8.5 at home, maybe 9 at home, and it's only 7, and they on the road now. That don't make sense. Normally it's a 3.5 point spread home away in NBA. Like, okay, so like I said, that's my line experience when I'm pretty good reading lines and stuff. So Bulls, Mavericks, we got let's see. First thing jumps, Dallas in 13. We know Dallas in 13 plays. You see Chicago came in with 13. I believe they're going to stay parked right there. This is one of my picks. I like Dallas. Can't bet against the Dallas in 13. Simple as that. They can stay on 13 wins. Let's see. Dallas, let's see what I got. The head-to-head. Okay. This is the last one. It's the head-to-head is the Dallas Mavericks lead 40-36. So this is the third team that can pick up the 41st head-to-head regular season all-time win. So like I said, it was 3 games like that today. This is the third and final one. And this is my pick. I'm gonna ride that. And plus, Dallas equals 41. So Dallas equals 41. They could pick up the 41st head-to-head all-time win. Keep Chicago on 13. Stay at 13 losses. 41 to 13th prime. I gotta like Mavericks here. I know the line kind of sucks. I remember what I told y'all. You can tease it. Sometimes they, like on a night like tonight, they'll bust your head. Mavericks will go to overtime with the Bulls and win by 1 or 2 because they know people gonna try to tease it. They know people gonna tease a lot of these games. I'm telling you, people tease. I don't know if people know what tease mean, but it's called parlay. You can parlay, you can round robin, and you can tease. Tease is this: Mavericks and Bulls. It's Mavericks are giving the Bulls 9.5 points tonight. So if you do a 7-point teaser, you will have the Bulls with 9.5 plus 7 points. So you will have the Bulls plus 16. Or if you tease Mavericks down 7, all the Mavericks got to do is win -2.5. So 9.5 minus 7 is 2.5. So you can take those points off, or you can tease those points up. And if you do that with 2 and 3 teams, it gives you like the same value as a parlay. So people like to do teasers. So on a day like this, people probably tease Dallas and they got to win by 3. Then Dallas win by 1 or 2 on the last second shot. Same thing with a Denver game with a 7.5 spread. Some people do 6-point teasers because the value go up. The more points you do on teasers, the less your value is. But the less points you take, people might only take a 6-point teaser right here. And they say, okay, Denver win by 2. And then this is a game where Denver might win, but win by 1. So you do got to be careful on a day like this by being a lot of high favorites. You know, they are aware that the bettors are going to tease. So I wouldn't even recommend teasing this game. I'll play it money line. Like I pick. I'll play my 3 money line and just see where it go. I won't put a whole lot. I've been rolling. You know, see what 25 or 50 bucks get you. It'll definitely, 50 bucks will get you 50 bucks if you play the Mavericks, the Kings, and the Nuggets. You should probably get a little plus money. Yeah, you probably get right there even money. Matter of fact, I do the parlay for y'all. Trying to be more hands-on with y'all so y'all can actually see how I bet. Okay, so Dallas is minus 540. So I take that money line. Then I'll take Sacramento minus 610. I'll take that money line. And then I'll take, what was the third team? I'll take Denver. So that's the 3. Boom. Let's see what is if it's gonna be even. $1 pays 79. So it's not even. So I'll take that back. 25 would only win you 20 bucks. But you know, it's almost even money. You know, 50 bucks to win you 40 bucks. You know, so it's like a minus 120 line, in other words. So, you know, basically even money. It's not even money, but it's almost, you know, even money in this, you know. So that's what I would do. Take it safe. I like the Mavericks. Like I said, they're 13. So once I see certain surface riddles on the table, I don't do too much decoding. So you might have decoded this game and had the coaches. You might have seen 30 more things lined up, but I know Dallas in 13 plays. And then once I looked at that head-to-head and seen that Dallas can pick up their 41, and I had just talked about that the 41 could play today. Yeah, and then I see Dallas can stay on 13 losses, 41 to 13 prime. I gotta ride Dallas. Okay, so last game, Warriors and Kings. I got Kings. I can't go against the NBA TV riddle. Like I said, I had Philly today in my picks, but I erased it. Make sure you go back and look at my picks. I got Denver, Dallas, and Kings. I switched it. I had Philly, but because of the 14, NBA TV and 14 is gold. So I see Kings can get that 14th win, and they can stay at 14 conference losses. I ain't going too much farther than that. I'm sorry, y'all. That until 14 and NBA TV show me otherwise, if it ain't broke, I ain't gonna fix it. So that's that. We could do a little review. Thunder 76ers potential upset narrative. Billy Donovan, he's got 3. Whoa, that was in this game. Brett Brown, that's what the coaches. Okay, it wasn't too important. Upset narrative: Thunder can win 6 straight. They can improve the 99 away. Thunder equals 99. They can stay on these 15 losses. Remember what I told you about 15 and how they sit on 15 for a minute, even though they've been on it for 5 times already. Which is they've been on it since last year. So that's just the indicator to show you how strong that what I be telling you. And I've been telling you about this. Maybe like I just started my live stream and stuff, but I'm telling you. You're going to see everything that I say is going to start coming to fruition. So, just notice that. What else? Notice 76ers can get that 17th home win on NBA TV. NBA TV is 59 to 17th prime. This is a stay away game for me. It's a you pick 'em. I can't go against the NBA TV in 14. So really, I don't even have a lean on this. I know Thunder got a hell of an upset narrative, but I can't go against the 14, so I just leave that alone. Pass. Lean. No pick. Well, pick right here. Got Pacers. The coach. He's got 1,213 all time. This is 1,213th career game that he's playing in. That's the 198th prime. Spectrum Center equals 198. What a game at. What the name of the arena is 198. So that's a hell of alignment. I gotta ride that. I told y'all Charlotte in 10 plays. Notice that Pacers came in with 10 away losses. They can stay at 10 away losses in Charlotte. Charlotte equals 10. You write out 10 equals 39. I like Pacers. Wizards, Celtics, upset narrative. Wizards coach is on 353 losses. That's the 71st prime number. He can stay on them 71 losses. If he beat the Celtics, so that's an upset narrative. Only thing I seen for the Celtics, like I said, Wizards play Magic next. Also, Magic equals 24, so they can stay on 24 losses. They can do the 12 and 24 thing, multiples of 12. Boston can get the 193rd head-to-head regular season all-time win. 193 is the 44th prime. Like I said, I have seen riddles where Washington, D.C. and 44 does play. I'd be careful on that game. Upset narrative. I would lean Wizards with the points. Magic Nets. I probably would lean Nets just because they can. It's tough. I would lean Nets. I really wouldn't lean Nets because well, let's see. Let's see something. I think I would lean Nets because let's see if they lost 5 straight. Yeah, Nets have lost 5 straight. So today is the 11th date numerology. 11 date numerology. If they won today, they would end that 5-game losing streak on the 11 date numerology. Plus, Magic will stay at 16. Brooklyn Nets equals 53 to 16th prime. I just gotta ride that. I lean Nets right here. But like I say, streaks, man. Only reason why I'm fading the streak right here is because it's 11 date numerology. But I'm learning too, y'all. I'm living and learning. I'm not perfect. If Magic win tonight, I'ma always tell y'all you might just want to ride the streaks, even if the date numerology is there. Cause streaks are so important. What if next you look up and they lose 13 straight? Next equals 13. You see what I'm saying? So you never know where they going with a streak. So by them already being at 5, they can go to 8, 9, 10. Who knows? So that's kind of a stay away game. If I had a gun in my head, probably be Nets. Jazz, Pelicans. Line is not right. Jazz got the narrative. They can pick up the 15th conference win on the 47 date numerology. Pelicans equals 47 to 15th prime. Notice that the Pelicans came in 12 and 24. Multiples of 12. Jazz can do the same thing. Reflection. Jazz can pick up the 11th away win. I just talked about today has 11 date numerology. But like I said, I don't like that line, so I would lean Jazz. No pick though. Bucks, Spurs, potential upset. Spurs can get their 11th home win. We just seen them get their 11th away loss against the Bucks. Bucks equals 11, so they can get the 11th home win. They're playing in their 91st head-to-head regular season all-time meeting. The 91st meeting, Bucks can stay on 41 wins and stay on 14 away wins. 14, 41 reflection. Bucks narrative, they can win 6 straight. And go 15 and 3. Remember, I like that 1, 5 and 3, y'all. Let's see. So not a pick. If I had a lean, I probably would play the Spurs with the points. Like I said, that line doesn't look right to me. It just don't look right to me. By them just played last game and Bucks was -8, Nance -7. Should be, that's just tripping line. I don't like the line. Bulls and Mavericks, gotta ride Mavericks. Dallas in 13. That's all you need to know. Dallas equals 13. Bulls can stay on 13. Mavericks can stay on 13 losses. They can pick up the 23 against the Michael Jordan best franchise, you can say, in history. Pick up their 23rd win. What else we got? This is their, no, I don't think this is their 91st meeting, but this is their 77th meeting. But Dallas can get the 41st head-to-head regular season. I think they're 41 gonna play. Worst case scenario, I think it goes 2-1. And the one that they might not play is the Spurs and Bucks because it's kind of hard to see the Spurs beating the Bucks. But these are rigged sports. Wouldn't surprise me a bit. Would surprise me a bit. So I don't even know why I said that. But if to me, if anyone's gonna play, it'd probably be this one. Probably be this one. And mainly because this one they came in with the 41. So they'll come in with the 41 and leave the 41. The Mavericks got to pick up the 41, and I think Denver got to pick up the 41. I think Denver and the Hawks. Yeah, Denver and the Hawks. Denver can pick up their. Make sure. Yep, Denver can pick up their 41st win, also head-to-head regular season all-time win. So I don't see that. So the most likely 41 that don't come through, in my opinion, is the Spurs and the Bucks. But gotta ride that 41. Dallas equals 41, like Dallas. Kings, last pick of the night. This is probably the highest that I ever give y'all a money line. Anything over 10.5, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna do a little decoding. I'll probably do a lot more decoding for the underdog, and I'm just gonna say no value. But right here is my cutoff spot in money lines. I just told you I was minus 600. Like anything minus 700 and above, my bookie really don't even. The main one that I use, GT Bets, they don't even let me bet it. So like last night, I couldn't even bet the Lakers and the Pistons because it was a 14.5 money line. I mean point spread. So that money line was too high. So this is my cutoff, 10.5. So it just made the cutoff. I'm gonna go on and take it. Kings, that'll be my pick. This will be the highest money line you ever see me take, minus 600, which is bad. But hey, sometimes like you say, sometimes like Zach used to say, sometimes this how the cookie crumble. So this is what they gave to us today. 9 games. You got 6 games with 7 or 8 point spreads. Just a tough card today. You got to move to the next day. It's gonna be a lot more days, and it's games on every day. So like the Kings there, 14. They can stay on. They can pick up the 14th win, and they can stay on 14th conference losses. NBA TV game. This is the second back-to-back game of the NBA TV tonight. NBA TV equals 14, so I like that. That's the review for NBA. Those are my 4 picks. Pacers. And if you put the Pacers in that parlay I was telling you about, you would definitely get plus money. Like a $50, $25 will hit you for like 40. So if you don't like your 25 hitting you for 20, you don't like that, you feel like that's not value, you want your 25 to hit for at least 25 or better, you can add the Pacers and make it a 14 parlay. And I'm thinking that should spit it out. Yep, thinking that should spit you out something even. Well, better than even. It'll be plus money. Let's get the hockey. Got Oilers, Maple Leafs. I think I only made 1 pick today, y'all. 1 pick on hockey today. It's only 4 games on. Hockey record sitting like 65%, 60%, almost right there. 70%.
I've always been drawn to creativity.
That's that music.
The surface helps me organize.
Oh, not a music this time. Let's see. Yeah, like I said, it was only 4 games on, so I didn't want to put. I lean Avalanche. We'll talk about it, but I didn't make that a pick. These 2 games right here, I didn't really see anything. Toss up to me. I see Oilers narrative. They can keep Toronto on 53 points. 53 is the 16th prime number. Today is January 6th, like 1-6. So they could stay on 53 points. That would be about the only well, let me see. Yep, that's about the only narrative. And I couldn't bet against Toronto right here. Toronto's on fire, y'all. They 9-0-1 last 10. So they haven't lost a game in regulation. They last 10 games. Edmonton equals 100. So if they won, they'll become 10-0-1. They last 11 games. Like 10-0, kind of like 100. Edmonton equals 100. Also, Edmonton equals 37, which is the 12th prime. Toronto can pick up the 12th home win. So I lean Toronto. Like I said, you can't bet against Toronto right now. They haven't lost a game in regulation the last 10 games. They on fire. Not a pick because I think that one thing for the Oilers, keeping them on 53 points, which is the 16th prime. And like the Days don't have a lot of games on, so I can can see the Oilers doing something crazy. I would lean Maple Leafs. I still would lean Maple Leafs. Jets, Canadians. I gotta lean Canadians right here. Main thing I seen is I don't know if people play lottery in their state. I don't, but I used to. Like lottery, and what I learned about lottery, they have mirror numbers. And what you learn, like, well, people who play lottery numbers, say if they play 613 that day, well, 6 got a reflection of 6 is 1, so they might go, instead of playing 613, they might play 1 instead of the 6. Same thing with 4 and 9. 9 is a 4, and it mirrors each other. So, 7 is 2. So some people might play 225 every day, but then they might say, okay, I'm gonna mirror that number. So instead of playing 225, they'll play 775 because 2 mirrors 7. So 2 is 7, 6 is 1. I don't want to give them wrong. 9 is 4, 7 is 2, 6 is 1. I'm thinking 3 is 8. I'm not sure. I know them. The first 3 I said, you can just Google it or YouTube, but you want to know that. But what I seen is if Canadians win in their home record, they'll become 9-9-4, and Jets equals 9 in this most pure cipher. So it'll be their home record will be 9-9-4, and like I said, 4 is a mirror of 9. So it kind of looked like 9-9-9 against the Jets. So I kind of lean Canadians. Jets. Let's see. Also, if Canadians do lose in overtime, that'll be the Jets' one narrative. They'll be on 44 points, and they go to Detroit next. They play Detroit. Detroit equals 44. So that's the little narrative I seen for the Jets. If they did win, but that 9-9-9, that 9, and even if you don't want to listen to the mirror number, the fact that they can become 9-9, the fact that they can become 9-9. Against the Jets equals 9 in this most pure cipher, I gotta ride that. So it's not a pick because, like I said, it's only 4 games on, and I know how sometimes it doesn't be on. You can have the right narrative, but they don't go off the regular narratives on short card days. It'd be a whole nother storyline, So that's what could happen by being 4 games. Normally, when it's 2 to 4 games on, they tend to work. Next game, Avalanche. Islanders, I would lean Avalanche. I told y'all Friday, two days ago in the live stream, if Islanders lost 2 straight, they'll have another shot at picking up that 26 win. I would have had 3 straight flawless days. But it was one of these days 2 days ago where the only thing I had wrong, I gave out 5 picks. The only thing I gave out wrong was Islanders, and I thought the Islanders would pick up the 26 win against the Devils, and Devils is 26. But I didn't look 3 games ahead. If I would have looked at 1 more game ahead, I would have seen that they played the Devils again. So I would have been like, I would have seen that could have been an upset narrative. So that's my bad on that. So saying that, if Islanders lost this game, that would be 2 in a row, like I said, and then they play the Devils next. So they'll have another shot at picking up the 26 win versus the Devils. Which, if that happened, I have to ride that again. Like I said, because remember when I said I ride that riddle 1,000 times. So that's one of those riddles. Devils equals 26 in its most pure cipher. Islanders had just beat the Capitals to put them in position to do it. So that's why I just figured that they'd do it. They still didn't do it, and they a chance on they can do it. When they play the Devils again, which would have been 3 games after that. But I didn't look ahead 3 games. I only looked ahead 2 games. And the Islanders equals 1-on-1. 1-on-1, y'all, is the 26 prime number. So Avalanche can pick up the 26 win against the Islanders. Islanders equals 106. Islanders equals 1-on-1, which is the 26 prime. And Islanders will be in perfect position to pick up the 26 win the next game against the Devils, which burnt me last game. But I'm pretty sure if they lose this game, they would definitely pick up the 26 win against the Devils. So I'll lean Avalanche, and that'll make me look even better because I had that as a pick, like I said 2 days ago, off that same reason, that 26. So if Islanders stay right here, and pick up that 26 reason, there you go. They just did it. I just didn't look far ahead enough. And my boy Chris used to always tell me you got to look 3 to 5 games ahead. But it can kill you as much as it can hurt you. and it's more work. Like that'll be hell of work I have to do if I look 3 or 5 games on every game that I did. So I trying to just do the next game and then maybe the game after that, But like I said, this game right here with the audience, if I would have looked 3 games when they was playing the Devils and seen that they was playing the Devils again, I would have seen that okay, it's possible that they can lose 3 in a row and then pick up the 26th win against the Devils. So missed out on that one. Sorry about that one. That was like 2 or 3 days ago. But here I gotta go with Avalanche. Lean Avalanche, not a pick. Last game of the night, ESPN. Only game on ESPN. ESPN equals 18. Kings could pick up the 18th win. This is my pick. It's a you pick 'em. Great value. Blue Jackets have been playing good, y'all. I'm just gonna like when I told you my logic mind normally is right. So, but I still gotta ride Kings, whether I get it right or wrong, because I stand for the gematria and the date numerology, and I understand that it is scripted and it's gematria driven. So even if it stabbed me in the back a couple times, it's gonna pay off way more than the long run than it's gonna stab me in the back. So right here, I'm gonna follow my principle and my moral. I'm gonna go straight gematria on this. Even though the Blue Jackets got the way better team, Kings suck. Blue Jackets been playing great. But Kings can pick up the 18th win. They can pick up the 40th points. They play Stars next. Stars equals 40. Stars equals 40. So they can go in playing the Stars with 40 points if they pick up the 40 points today. Also, they can get the 18th win on ESPN. I just said that. Also, Kings equals 24. If Blue Jackets lost, they get their 24th loss tonight. Kings equals 24. Great opponent to get the 24th loss. So I gotta ride that. Also, not through here. Yep, that is true. Blue Jackets could get the 13th loss in LA away. So they can get their 13th loss. Make sure this is true. Because this is just too good to be, like when I was seeing this, I was like, well, how can I not play the Kings tonight? Even though they sorry, they got one hell of a riddle. And then the line tells me enough what I need to know. Because let's see here. Columbus Blue Jackets, last 10. They on fire. They basically 7-1 in regulation, they last 10. They lost 2 in overtime. So they 7-1 in 2. On fire. One of the hottest hockey teams. Top. I'm pretty sure it's a couple teams out. They top 5. They damn near top 5 of the hottest. Let's see. They on a 1-game losing streak though. Kings on the other hand, they playing 4-4-2, not good. They playing right at not good. On the losing 1 streak. Let's see. Blue Jackets. Blue Jackets. They can get that away. Yep, they can get the 13th loss in LA. So, gotta ride that. I like LA in 13. It's kind of like Dallas in 13. It's not as strong as Dallas in 13 because LA has the 13 and 14 connection. So it makes it hard with the 13, but it's not a 14 on the board. They can't do a 14. So I like Blue Jackets to pick up the 13th loss against the Kings in LA. LA equals.
I've lost 2 homes in my lifetime.
Okay. LA equals 13. So they get the 13th loss away. LA equals 13. They can get the 24th loss of the season. Kings equals 24. The game is on ESPN. ESPN is 18. And Kings can pick up the 18th win. So that's my only pick of the night in hockey. Quick review. Maple Leafs on fire. Oilers got a riddle though. Maple Leafs on fire. You can't go wrong betting them, period. They on fire. But they going to lose. But, hey, like I said, they on fire. And I just looked at the line. That's why I ain't picked this game. Minus 200, not worth it. I wouldn't fool with, like, if I fool with this game, it'll be puck line. I had to play Toronto puck line. I couldn't risk a minus 200 knowing that they could cool off tonight. And Oilers have a riddle. I couldn't risk it. Maple Leafs all on fire, but the minus 200, y'all, you're going to get next game, Maple Leafs shouldn't be minus 200. So, you just want to sit this game out. They probably win this game in next game. But this is the game where it can only hurt you. It's not going to help you. It can only hurt you. Jets, Canadians. I lean Canadians because of that 9-9. Jets equals 9. Not a pick. Lean Canadians. Lean Avalanche. Islanders equals 101, which is the 26 prime. They could pick up the 26 win. And I lean Kings. Shoot, I got leans in all games. Leans Maple Leafs. Leans Canadians. Leans Avalanche. Lean Kings. That's a hell of a 14 parlay. Maybe $2 on this parlay will hit you for about 25 bucks. You'll hit for about, well, that's a plus. Well, no, that's favorite. You still hit for about 25 bucks, or about with $2. It's just off my leans. So if you want to put a $2 parlay together to hit for about 20 bucks, maybe my leans come through tonight. You know, I'm not gonna count it as my picks, but I'm gonna show brag about my leans if they come through tomorrow. Whether I put them as picks or not, I'm still gonna take credit for them. I'm only gonna take credit for this pick right here that I'm picking. Plus they play at 10:30, y'all. 10:30. LA is 13. So could be a great indicator for LA tonight. I'm gonna rock the Kings. So that's that. Did NBA, college basketball. Last 2 days I've been giving y'all one play and it's been brutal. Georgia lost against Memphis on Saturday. That killed me personally. And then I didn't bet the Navy game. I just gave that out. Won't be betting Navy anymore. How could they lose against Holy Cross? I knew I just gave it out because I thought they would beat them in the line one bad. If I could find a good line in college basketball that's a light, soft line, that's not -7, -8, I'd give it out. You know, because it's a great value. And I thought Holy Cross, they won their second game of the season. And Navy is just a fundamental team, football or basketball. So, and you know, they only lost by a couple points, but still, they lost. Let's see, Monday. So I'm just going to do what I'm going to do, like I said, in college basketball, y'all. I'm going to do a quick, it's going to be a quick, I'm not going to do no gematria. I'm just going to show y'all how sharp I am. I've been doing good, too, in college basketball. It's just the last 2 days. Normally I give you 1 or 2 games, and I just say add it with my picks, and then it'll just multiply your parlay, probably an extra 20 to 25 bucks. So that's what I recommend with that. They 4-0 in the Sun Belt. They should beat Georgia Southern tonight, but hell, this is a night Georgia Southern win. Little Rock and Georgia Southern. Y'all know I don't bet Georgia teams, but like I said, if I bet anything Georgia, it's gonna be their college programs. It'll be Georgia State college basketball. It'll be UGA Bulldogs, but they janky too. But if I'm a bet, notice that I didn't bet that game with Baylor. I'm just letting you know if I do bet Atlanta teams, it'll be their college programs. And like I said, Georgia Southern and Georgia State do have good basketball schools. Also, Georgia Southern has a good football school. And Georgia State had a good football program this year. They just went to a bowl game. I doubt if that happened last year though. So I'm just, I'm from Atlanta. I'm just stating it. Would surprise me if Georgia Southern got the job done, but I actually think Little Rock can get the job done right here. It's a you pick 'em, but that's not that. I mean, let me stroll down. Let me keep strolling, cause I'm good with the little schools. Let's see. I bet it's some gematria right here. I guarantee you it is, because I say it is because they can go 5-11. That's a prime relationship. They can go 1-4. So it's probably if somebody gematria text. Let's see. Let's do some gematria. Let's bring it up right quick. Let's do it. Let's do it right quick. Let me cause sometimes I be knowing what's gonna happen, but I be wanting to, cause I know every sport rig, but I be wanting to see if they do the gematria in college, how they do it in NBA and professional. Because you can have the perfect gematria in college and still get blown out by 30. Like college, sometimes it just matters with your right mind, right brain, your logic mind. So what my logic mind says, Troy definitely gonna get beat tonight. As soon as I said that, I think that they can go 5-11. So let's see. Texas State is 134. I wonder what's up. Let's see. Texas State. What are they mascot? The Bobcats. Let's see. Look at that. Look at that. Did I do that? I know I didn't do that. I told y'all I'm bad, man. But see, I be knowing because see what how I know. Let's see. What was I? Right here. Hold on, let's go back. And this ain't nothing but this will be my play. And I just because I'm ready to get off. I'm going on 2 hours. And I said I was gonna try to keep these live streams short and sweet. So I'm running way past over today. So let me keep it short and sweet. But what I just seen is 1-4. Didn't I just see that? 43 to 14th prime number. Texas Bobcats is 43 in full reduction. So if Troy loses, they'll become 1-4 in the Sun Belt. 1-4, 43 is the 14th prime number. And they doing it against it. So they do script these games. They do it. They do it. They do it in college. So I like Texas State. And then I think that Texas State that can become 9-4. I mean 9-7, which is the 25 number, 25th prime. Then they can become 2-3 in the Sun Belt. It's like it's prime. Look, notice if Texas, and this is something that y'all might want to key down in college basketball because prime numbers were on fire. Prime numbers was on fire with us last year when Zach was doing it. But what I noticed this game, if Troy loses, every number on the board would be a prime relation. There'll be 5-11, that's a prime. There'll be 1-4. So that's 14, which is the 43rd. 43 is the 14th prime. Then they'll go 9-7, which is the 25th prime. And then they'll go 2-3. 23 is the 9th prime. So all primes on the board. And then Texas State Bobcats equals 43. So they could become 1-4, which is the 14th prime against Texas State. Gotta ride that. Let's see. That'll be my. Let me see. Look at that. 9-7. They can go 2-3. I wonder what. Let me see what UT Arlington is. The Mavericks. Let's see. Mavericks is 61. I know that. That's the 18th prime. Let's see. Any 18s on the board before I put. Let's see. 18. Nah, I don't see any 18. Let me UT Arlington. What was it? Mavericks. Let's see. I don't see nothing with that. Let's go Troy. What are Troy? I can't think right now. Trojans. Troy Trojans. I don't see nothing with that. Let's just do Trojans 25. There you go. There, and look, Trojans equals 97 and 25th prime. Look, it also equals 47. Today is 47 date numerology. Okay, so look, Trojans equals 97 and 25 in full reduction. 97 is the 25th prime number. So y'all might want to jot this down. Anytime you can see Trojans, and a 25 on the board, you might want to ride it, whether they can do it or whatever. But first thing I see, Texas State can become 9-7. This is another high. Wait, didn't I just do this game? Oh, I'm tripping. Okay. What I did, so 9-7. Oh, okay. I'm tripping. But that's another thing with the Texas State and Troy. So if Texas State can be, this is the lock of the day. I'm not even finna give nothing else. Texas State gonna beat Troy, point blank period. So it ain't even no point in fooling with this other stuff. I was trying to mess with this, but I put UT Arlington Mavericks. And then I was supposed to do South Alabama Jaguars. And I did the Troy Trojans. Okay, let me do this right quick. South Alabama equals 33. Jaguars equals 56. 322. They got a 322 connection. Jaguars equals 23. 112. Let me see these numbers. 23. 112. 23. Did I just say 23? Yep, 23 in full reduction. Look at that. That's another pick I recommend. And that's actually a good point spread. So if you want to play, wait. Okay, this is a potential up. Well, nah, they favorite. Wow. So Texas Arlington is favorite, and South Alabama got the way better record. And not only are they favored by 6 points. Wow. But if you put the gematria in, what is it? Jaguars equals 23 full reduction. And they can go 2-3 in the Sun Belt against the South Alabama Jaguars. ESPN. Well, it wouldn't be it still could be an upset, but the line don't say upset. Let me look at my 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna look at my and that'll be the last game because it ain't too many games on. West Virginia, Oklahoma State, that look like a you pick 'em. Make sure they not playing on FS1. Remember FS1, if you see any 113 and 30, 113 is the 30th prime number. If a game's on FS1 Sports Fox Sports South, and you see a 113 or a 30 on the board, like a team can go 11-3, or you see a 30 on the board, you might want to keep that in mind. Let me check one thing, y'all, right quick. I'm trying to, because sometimes, like I said, ESPN had a wrong line on, and they do that from time to time. I mean, they'll give you just the wrong line. All right, so I'm gonna check that out. So, yep, that'll be. I probably recommend, because if you think about it, like if they -6 and they got the way better record, that's crazy. But they could. Be careful on this game. I wouldn't even recommend it. I just play Texas State over Troy, and the reason why I say that, because if they lose, they will be 5-11. 11 is the 5th prime number. Plus, it's on ESPN, which is upset. Plus, today has 11 date numerology. So I'll be careful on that, y'all. I wouldn't even play that game. I'll play the Troy game and Texas State. Remember, I told you 10.5. That's the farthest I go. So notice they 10.5. That's the farthest I'm gonna give y'all on the money line. What game? South Alabama, UT Arlington. Okay. Yep, UT Arlington is -6, 265. So that's a strange line. But yep, so that's college basketball. My one play and one play only would be Texas State to beat Troy Trojans. So that's college basketball. Go back to the live chat real quick. I know it ain't no money in Texas State. I know. You right about that. I know it is. I know. But it's just, you want to take $2-3 and try to build. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I took $2 literally, and this wasn't too long ago. This was last year. I took two. I ain't lying, man. I ain't had no money on my account, and I took my bonus rewards money and converted it to cash. So I had like over 2,000 points, and every 1,000 points is $1. So I took $2 to $500 before, and this was like 2 months ago. I ain't lying, man. I started evening. I went from 2 to, and I built parlays. I went from 2 to 4, and then I went from 4 to 8, and then it was based. In matter of fact, it was the weekend. It was Thanksgiving weekend, because it was the weekend that the Drew Brees beat Atlanta. Drew Brees beat Atlanta. I was right on all 3 of them games that day, and I rolled my money on all of them. But yep, it was on Thanksgiving Day. That's when I was like, it was a takeoff. So it took me a long time, but after Thanksgiving Day, I had about a couple $100, and it was off to the races. But yeah, I have took $2 until and got a payout before. So sometimes it may not be value, but if it's a lock, you can take small money and multiply. Yeah, you can call in, man. Call me right quick. I'm finna give you the call in number. That's the call in number right there. So hit me up real quick. I'm finna get off. I'm gonna wait for your call. And close this gematria calculator out. Don't need that. Don't need that. Yep. So, yep. I take UT. I take Texas State. I know it ain't no value, but like I said, you could. Like I told you what I did, and that's how I started. I was taking $2 parlays. I take, the safe picks, and then I was just Evil Knievel. When I say Evil Knievel, that means basically all the money that I got in my account, I just roll it. So I go $2, then it'd take me to $4. Take all the $4 to $8, 8 to 16. Then I just keep rolling with small, safe parlays. All right, we got a caller. Let's get this in right quick. What's going on?
Hey man, how you doing?
What's going on? You're live.
Yeah, man, I just have something to add to that
All right.
Colorado game.
Ooh, Colorado.
Yeah,
Hockey.
It looked a little better than the rest. The rest had contradicting narratives, but so in this Colorado game, they can improve to 18. They can improve to 15-8 to face the Rangers. Rangers equals 185. Or they have a gematria value of 185. On January 2nd, the Calgary Flames, they faced the Rangers, and the new Calgary Flames coach, he went into that Rangers game. He went into the Rangers game 8-5-1. Like I just said, Rangers equals 185.
Right. So you already
Just
think that
increase the
185.
clock. Lillard.
Right.
And so it can play again today. Also, Colorado's obviously facing the Islanders. And that's two New York teams back to back. Way back in like December, the Predators faced the Islander and they faced the Rangers and they beat both of them. They swept them. So maybe there's some sort of trend with teams sweeping the two New York teams when they're playing back to back. But on that subject, Colorado can stay on 1,307, so 1,307 losses as an organization. Like I said, they're playing both New York teams back to back.
Right.
So it seems kind of like a suggestive type of thing. And the coach for Colorado, it's his 289th game. He can get his 289th point. He can become 129 and 129.
Let me write this down because I want to observe this too. You said the Colorado coach of 129 and 129?
Yeah, he can become 129, 129, and 31.
And 31, 129.
Which is the 11, and Colorado goes 31 too.
Okay, so this is his. So this would be what, his 259th? Well,
289th game, and he can get his 289th point.
interesting. So he's at 287 points right now.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
And just one more thing with this game too. Things seem to be stacking. So this is Colorado's 38th game at the Islanders, and we know that 38-83 plays for Colorado sports very often.
Oh yeah.
They can get their 15th win at the Islanders
On 47-date numerology.
on a 47-day, and they can stay 23 losses. Colorado obviously has that 83 connection with the 23rd prime.
Right.
38th game.
So
they would also
what's the record? What's the head-to-head record between those two?
in the head-to-head records, Islanders can get their 38th head-to-head loss, and Colorado can stay on 38 regulation head-to-head losses. And that's with all the how it plays with the overtime losses, how it kind of changes the numbers.
Yeah.
So they're not exact reflections, but the Islanders can get their 38th head-to-head loss, and Colorado can stay on 38 regulation head-to-head losses.
All right. And this is their 38th meeting between these two?
38th meeting at the Islanders, yeah.
Oh, at New York. Okay. What's the all time? So how many meetings have they played all time?
They play. Well, this is at the Coliseum that the Islanders currently play at. I'm sure they played at another one before. The all-time. Let me check actually. I think I have it up here. It's the 86. Yeah, 86 all-time leading.
86. Okay.
But yeah, I saw the 38s, and the 38s seem to play pretty heavily with, well, just in this game in general, there's a bunch of 38 overlaps.
Right, and Colorado in 38 is big. That's for sure. What I seen is the Islanders, some very surface, but Islanders equals 101, which is the 26 prime. So that's what I had seen. I seen they can get the 26 win. So
So there's a lot of things supporting that. I'm seeing that, but the only thing that kind of steered me off is something weird. It's Colorado's 43rd game of the season. Not the Islanders, but it's Colorado's 43rd game. Often when teams have that number, so that both teams will play, it'll be their 15th game. That number will play in some way. It doesn't always happen when it's just the teams.
yeah.
So anyway, Colorado's 43rd game, and they can get their 14th regulation loss of the season and stay on 14 away wins.
That's a good observation right there. I'm looking at that now, and I missed that.
That's one thing that makes me not want to jump on it. Also, obviously, they play the Rangers next. Rangers equals 44, and it'll be their 44th game. So I'm not sure if the 43 is alluding to them losing or winning, or if it's just an arbitrary thing.
Yeah. It makes sense too, because it's interesting because let me see. They away. I thought they could go 14. What did I see? I thought that I seen that they can go 14-4 away.
It says they're 14-6 and 2, if I'm not mistaken. Let me make sure that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, 14-6 and 2 away.
Okay, what I'm looking at is their overall record. So if they lost this game, they'll go to the Rangers 25-14-4 if they lost in overtime. And 144 has a relationship with 12, but 144 and 44 plays too. And he said the Rangers equals 44. So
Yeah, and it'll be their 44th game, the next game.
right, and they can go in there with 14-4. Like, that's I didn't see. That's it's a tricky game, man. Avalanche playing good, Islanders not.
Yeah.
I have to lean Avalanche, but yeah, those are some great observations, man, that you just came up with. So that's definitely like probably a stay away. It's a stay away. With that, what you just brought up, I would have to say it's a stay away, but more lines up for Avalanche for sure.
That's what I'm saying, and I think that sometimes they, because obviously all these things are there it's not arbitrary, it's not an accident that they set it up this way, but because it goes from that side that can swing it in, they could just swing it randomly, just to throw it off for some reason or another. It kind of makes it like I don't know.
Right, it's double narrative. I understand I've been doing it thoroughly now for like 2 weeks because I didn't start writing this stuff down. But when you write it down, it's so gematria driven to. It's a lot of people that's on this, so that's exactly what they're doing. They making it double narrative so you can second guess yourself or don't know which one narrative is gonna play as strong, because it's like every game is always 2 things for this team and then you'll see 2 things for that team.
And on that note, check this on the Jets really quick, because I know you were leaning on Montreal, and Montreal has a pretty decent narrative, but the Jets can become 11-22 total in their 33rd game at the stadium where Montreal currently plays. Montreal has like 800 some games there, but they can become 11-22 total there. It is obviously the 11th date, and they can also get their 22nd head-to-head win and give Montreal their 22nd head-to-head loss.
That's a good option. I'm gonna write that down too, because that's
strong.
Yeah, what I noticed though, the Jets came in with 22. So that could be an indicator that the 22 is going to play this game. You know what I mean?
That's interesting. Yeah, I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah, they do that. They'll notice that. Pay attention to the Utah game tonight and the Pelicans game. If Utah win the game, that's exactly what they're doing. But what I was going to say is where you getting? Because I know I was wrong because I had a stat and it helped me out because I had the Islanders. It was about maybe 5 days ago, but I'm using Wet Point. Like Wet Point is what when I used to gamble on tennis. I stopped about 3 years ago, but I used to use Wet Point for tennis. But that's what it's bringing me when I try to go get the head-to-head for hockey. So where are you getting your head-to-head stats from?
Oh, okay. Hockey Dash Reference is the same one. It's the same sports reference website, that you can use for basketball.
Yeah.
In college, but it's hockey-reference.com, and then you just go to the team.
I got you. I know how to. I know how to work it. It's just when I Googled it, it always take me to Wet Point. So, okay, what I got to do is just go on my own and do it like that. Well, I'll start using that hockey reference, though. I have more stuff because I'm going to definitely take notes of this.
There's a lot of interesting stats that kind of, because, if you look at the Jets becoming 11-22 total in their 33rd game on the 11-day numerology, if you just look at that by itself and there's nothing else there, I mean, that's something that you would probably take all day, right?
Right. Yep. That's true. That's true.
So to Montreal, next game they face Detroit. You know how Detroit just they just upset. Or no, I'm sorry, Blackhawks beat Detroit to give them their 33rd loss, right?
Right.
So Detroit, they face Montreal next, and they can become 11-33 against Montreal if they were to upset Montreal and Detroit. So this is 2 back-to-back games where teams can, they can flex those master numbers.
Right.
In all the records against the same team.
Yep, I see. Yep, you right. I'll definitely be locked in on that for sure.
Weird stuff.
Yeah. Now it ain't weird. We just own them. It's just own them, and once you get on them, you like, wow. You know what I mean? So yeah, you just own them.
Yeah, I do like what you said, but that was the first thing I saw about the Canadians. They can become 9-9. And Jets equals 9, and they face Detroit next. Obviously, it's not they're playing at Detroit, but they would still have that 9-9 in the record for Detroit.
Right.
And then if they lose at Detroit, their record is going to be 10-9 away. Detroit equals 109. Detroit equals 99. They would be off.
Yep.
They'd be off points if they won today, and Detroit equals 45. So it could be some sort of tribute to Detroit. But even with that, it's like not even worth it. I wouldn't even say it's worth taking it.
Right.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, I'm gonna dip out. I gotta keep looking at some of these games, but.
All right, man. Yeah, I appreciate you calling in, man. You should call in more often because, man, you had a whole lot of great observations. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm just reading stats right now. I'll call in, man. My name is Jay.
Jay? Okay, I'm finna save you in now, man. Where you calling from?
Seattle.
Okay, sounds good. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take care. Enjoy the rest of your day, man.
You too, man.
All right. Boom, that was a great call. So I got a couple notes for this hockey. I'm gonna be paying those attention to those observations that he put down. Especially with the Avalanche and the Islanders, because I was just telling my boy he's finna come over here now, and I'm finna try to give him a quick one-on-one. He don't know none of this stuff, but I can teach it to a baby. So, and he's smart. He already an outside the box thinker. So he's finna pull up on me. And I was just telling him about Colorado. I said, it's 3 numbers you need to know in teams. I said, and because I was telling him why the Saints lost against the Minnesota Vikings. So I said Minnesota in 52. I told him Colorado in 38, and I told him LA and Dallas. Both of them teams in 13. Dallas 13, LA 13. And then I said Minnesota 52 and Colorado 38. So I'll be paying attention, but with this head-to-head, it's the 38th all-time meeting in New York at the Islanders Stadium. And if Avalanche win, they stay on 38 losses. And if the Islanders could pick up the 38th loss in regulation, and Avalanche can stay on 38 losses in regulation. And we already know how 38, this is the 38th game in New York. So I'm paying attention to that. I'll probably even throw a couple bucks on Avalanche just because they just got the better riddle. However, this is their 43rd game. They can get that 14th loss and they can get they play the Rangers next. Rangers is 44, so they can go in the Rangers 14-4, 144 and 44 as a relationship. So it's a you pick 'em. I'll be careful. I would lean Avalanche still. Like I said, once again, great call, great observation by my boy Jay. Hoping he can call us a little bit more, put me on track. Also, I'm gonna start using that hockey reference, because I was using wrong stats head to head, but it helped me out. That wet point helped me out, but I knew it wasn't right because I knew they had played more all-time meetings than that. So I'm gonna start using hockey reference so I have a little bit more information. And so that's that, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm going on about 2 hours. We'll be back at it tomorrow, same time, probably be about 2:15. Had the notes out. Enjoy the rest of y'all day, man. I'm gonna get back with y'all. I'm gonna check in the chat one more time. I don't use the NL cheat sheet. I gotta get it. I got all of it. I just gotta find it, cause Zach sent it to me. It's in my email, so I just gotta go back and find all that stuff. I have my phone right here with Gematria, and I got a lot of Gematria in my head. So, you know, I'm gonna start using that cheat sheet though. Oh boy, shouts out to Tim. I see you in the chat. Good call, folk. Cornelius, he made some great observations today. M Stack, I see y'all, man. We'll do this again tomorrow, man. Same time. Don't forget, tell a friend, man. I'm trying to expand it, trying to take this thing to another level. People laughing at me right now, y'all. I ain't lying, man. People laughing at me right now. So help me out, man. Y'all help me out. People literally laughing at me, thinking this is a joke. So let me take off on them. Y'all help me. Let me take off on them. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of y'all day.